So, how are you today?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm pretty good. My name is Tomlin. I am a master's degree student in the school counseling program at Concordia University in Chicago. First year of the program, I am prospected to graduate spring 2022.
Okay.
So, at that point, I will be an LPC. Before we get started with today's session, there's some key things that I want to go over you in regards to some of the aspects of therapy and your rights and responsibilities throughout the therapy process. Okay. That's cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have the information here. The first thing we're going to talk about is the type of therapy that I do. So we're going to be doing individual therapy. That's pretty much going to be or include us developing some coping and managing strategies for the issues or concerns that you provide throughout therapy. Okay. The next thing and really the most important right that you have throughout therapy process is the right to confidentiality. Generally speaking, all of the information that you provide to me throughout therapy is legally confidential.
Okay.
Okay. There are some key exceptions to this confidentiality. They include if a court orders my records. They also include if you sign a release of information. It also includes any opportunity or possibility of self-harm or harm to others. And then, because I'm going to be working in the schools, I'm a mandated reporter. If I suspect any child abuse or any neglect incidents, then I can release that information as well.
Okay.
All right. So, other information I have here are some other rights that that you have throughout the therapy process. They include you knowing what's involved in the therapy process. So, if you have any questions about what activities we're going to do or what your progress has been throughout therapy, you can ask me, and I'm obligated to give you that information. You also have the right to an alternative therapist. For any reason, if you want to seek out alternative therapists or an alternative therapy style, I can refer you based on information that I may have. However, I do encourage you before you go elsewhere to do your due diligence. Make sure you thoroughly investigate any alternative therapist before you leave my care.
Okay.
All right. And the last right that you have that I like to stress is you have the right at any point throughout the therapy to refuse services. So if you want to end the services for any reason at all, you can end the services, and I'd be obligated to make sure that I take you out of my client level.
Okay.
All right. So I want you to look over this. Take your time. If you want to read more thoroughly, go ahead. But when you get done, I just want you to sign here and here, just saying that you understand the information.
All right.
And I see you got your Adidas on today. You're looking really pretty fly there, huh, pal?
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So, what brings you in here today?
So far it's been a lot of things going on. I'm sure you know with the crisis going on. And as you can see, I'm expecting 8 months right now. So
oh my gosh.
With
congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. With everything going on, I've just been having a lot of anxiety about everything since I'm so close to giving birth, and all of these new rules of, staying in the home and concerns about going to the hospital. Is just a lot of different things that's been on my mind.
Okay. Oh, forgive me. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention that I am going to be recording our session today.
Okay.
This is just for my educational purposes for my program. We're just going to watch the video in class, and it won't be released to anyone else. Is that okay? Do I have your permission?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Yeah. Usually I do that before we get started, so forgive me.
I did.
I think I just was thrown off by that nice Adidas suit you got on.
No problem.
All right. Okay. So we're going to back up just a little bit. You mentioned that you're having some anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're having anxiety. You also mentioned that you're pregnant right now, 8 months pregnant, correct? You also mentioned that this crazy coronavirus is going around, and those are things contributing to your anxiety.
Yeah, pretty much, definitely.
Okay. All right. So, 8 months pregnant, right? How are we feeling during this time? How was that? How was the pregnancy being affected?
Well, of course, I shouldn't be as stressed as I am. Um, I haven't been feeling so well. I'm going through the normal pregnancy woes, of course, but with the stress added and having to be home and not being able to kind of get out the house and get the exercise that I'm used to getting, it's kind of taking a toll on me, and I'm a bit uncomfortable because of it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Now you say you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, pretty much.
What makes you uncomfortable?
Just being in the house. No one wants to be stuck in the house all the time. Mm-hmm. And I can't get comfortable. I've been working before all of this happened. Now I can't work. I'm supposed to work from home, but just being able to get comfortable in the house and do work, and just basically have my everyday, from being outside to being quarantined inside, is just a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. I do understand that. I think we've all been feeling the effects of the coronavirus quarantine. This is a rare occasion for us to even be able to meet here right now, so I do appreciate you coming out.
No problem.
Now, you say that you're not feeling well. You also say that you're having some woes. That's pretty powerful. Woes is a powerful word, right?
I've been dealing with it though.
Okay, so how have we been dealing with it?
I've been getting some rest. I will say that. Since I am able to work from home, of course I can make my own schedule. So I've been making sure I get, my naps in. I've been drinking tea. That kind of calms me.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like chamomile tea.
Okay.
Because it's calming, of course.
Of course.
So I do that, and then of course I've been catching up on my Netflix.
Who hasn't?
I've been catching up on that. So, that's been a good part of it. I've been able to kind of deal with everything by at least trying to do those things that I enjoy.
So has doing those things that you enjoy, like drinking the chamomile tea, catching up on your Netflix, which I'm sure you've been watching a lot of it. We've had a lot of time. Getting rest, which is a very important thing for anyone, especially for you being 8 months pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Would you say those things are helping with your anxiety?
They do. They definitely do. I pray a lot.
Okay.
So, with that, and then being able to kind of relax at the end of the day, and then my husband is a great help.
Oh man.
So, because I can relax and he's been very helpful, I'm able to kind of, just relax and release at the end of the day after doing some work or resting or whatever it may be. So far, I guess so good. I can't complain too much.
Okay. Well, it's good to hear that you have a wonderful husband. I'm sure he's devilishly handsome. I also, you said that you pray and that these things are helping you so far. So that's also good. Take me through. Let me think here. How could I phrase this? Take me through your anxiety and what your desired outcome would be for your anxiety.
I would say just maybe learning a little bit more of what triggers my anxiety, or kind of what additional coping skills I can develop. because of course I can't sleep all the time. I can't watch Netflix all the time. So being able to come up maybe with some things that I haven't really kind of considered to help, you know, I think that'll be really good to come up with or to get out of this process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just want to confirm that you really are interested in finding out what triggers this anxiety that you feel. You also want to possibly discover some alternative coping strategies.
Yeah.
And then maybe practice some things that you haven't even considered trying before.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, absolutely. I understand that. So, what would you say are some obstacles that would be in the way of you achieving this desired outcome?
Being 8 months pregnant.
Okay. Think that's a big one, huh?
Kind of being, I wouldn't call myself lazy.
Okay.
It's not a word I would choose.
Okay.
But not being able to do everything like I am normally, like I'm normally used to. So whether it's going outside and exercising or doing all of those things, everything has kind of slowed down in the process since I am further along in my pregnancy. So that's an obstacle right there. Okay. And maybe just never really sitting down to really think about it. I have had things in the past that's kind of helped me. But right now it's just dealing with so much and so many different changes. I haven't really given anything too much thought of what I could do.
Gotcha. You've never given thought to what you could do. There has been some things that you try that you do on the daily, more regular things like praying, like resting and relaxing, like enjoying your favorite TV shows, but you feel that you haven't given enough serious thought. Would that be a good way to say it?
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't really sat down and kind of thought about it too much.
Okay.
But I am seeking therapy, so that's a start, right?
It is a start. I commend you on your decision to seek therapy. We all need help, so I'm hopeful that we can help each other. So our time is kind of wrapping up here, but I want to make sure that I have a good picture of what we've discussed today so that we know how to move forward.
Okay.
All right. So you are currently 8 months pregnant right now. You say that you have struggles with anxiety, partially due to your pregnancy, partially due to this coronavirus quarantine that we're in, the lack of activity that you're able to have now. You mentioned that there were many changes that you've incurred in this quarantine. You mentioned that part of those changes was now that you work from home. You mentioned that a lot of your day-to-day goings and comings have changed simply because you're just not able to do it. And then maybe a little bit of low activity.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You didn't call yourself lazy, which...
No lazy.
That's great to hear. You also mentioned that if you were to deal with your anxiety, the outcome that you would want to have is to understand what triggers your anxiety. Okay. Then you also want to develop or discover some alternative coping skills. Mm-hmm. Then you also want to figure out some things that you haven't tried before, things you haven't thought about, methods that could help you with your anxiety, right?
Yeah, maybe some hobbies or something.
Okay. And outside of those goals, the challenges that you see you could possibly face in accomplishing those goals include, one, your pregnancy, which I'm sure comes with its own complications. Yeah. Okay. Your lack of activity from this quarantine. I think that a lack of activity naturally slows us down, and it forces us to kind of deal with everything outside of our comings and goings, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then The last is the amount of changes that you're going through as an obstacle.
Okay.
I appreciate your time today. Is there any questions that I haven't asked or that you haven't asked that you may have want answered in this session today?
No, not really. I think we kind of, you know, wrapped it up and got as much information as far as, you know, what I'm seeking from you, which is really all I needed to get out today.
Okay.
So I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you. I can assure you that the next time we meet, we'll make sure we can kind of dive a little further into some of the things you mentioned today.
Okay.
And we're going to work on getting this anxiety under control.
Okay. I really appreciate you. And hope to see you soon.
All right. Hopefully you wear another nice Adidas tracksuit.
I'll try.
All right.